the Jaguars are united on the bluffs of the mighty Mississippi to defend their turf. And this fall, they stalk in unison. This fall, they strike with ferocity. This fall, Jaguars proud as well.
Touchdown run. That's a lot of effort, a lot of determination.
Upstream on the mighty Mississippi River, there lies an area where the Jaguars roam, protected by beautiful magnolia trees, and of course where some of the best students come from law school and nursing school. And these are where the Jaguars roam, and they protect their jungle, that jungle being A.W. Mumford Stadium. And in that jungle, they have a 9-game winning streak. They haven't lost since October 31st, 2015. That's also 8-0 on the brand new turf that they've got here at A.W. Mumford Stadium. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Powers, and welcome to the Southern Game Day experience right here as we get ready for the home opener, which is going to be known now and forever as the Pete Richardson Classic, and we're very excited to bring it here to you. For Southern University, they come into this ball game ready to go against Langston and the Lions. They're from Oklahoma. Joining me right here, of course, has been a broadcaster for years, and one day will be in the Louisiana Hall of Fame, Henry Baptiste. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great, Chris. Looking forward to today's ball game. As usual, a home opener here on the Bluff, and we're all excited about it.
No question about that. Well, for Southern in the first 2 games of the year, what happened with them? They played TCU. They were ranked 16th in the nation at that time. Now they're down to 15th, and by the way, they play against Ohio State today at the AT&T Stadium over there, of course, Jerry's World in Arlington, Texas. We didn't get a feel of that team at that point, whether they could pass. John Lampley and all that were pressured all day long. Defensively, they were troubled, all that stuff. But it was in the second game, Henry, that second game against Louisiana Tech and the Bulldogs, which, by the way, won 4 straight bowl games. Skip Holtz has his team going in the right direction, and they're off today, and they're going to be playing against the LSU Tigers here in Baton Rouge next weekend. We got a little bit stronger feel how John Lampley can play in that ball game. He looked a lot more comfortable at quarterback position.
He certainly did, and if you go back and you look at that ball game, second game of the year, a little comfortable going up against Louisiana Tech. We were able to actually go 50% on third down possessions last week, which was great because it shows you that this team is gelling. It's coming together. You're playing this year with a new quarterback. And I do believe that this afternoon we will get our first test, but I don't know how true that test will be against a team of Langston's caliber. Have not played them in decades, but we do need a big win here this afternoon to get ready for conference play.
Crazy as this, Langston used to be a member of the SWAC.
Right.
They left in 1957, so they definitely know about SWAC back in the day. Now it's a little different, but their coach, by the way, is from New Orleans. He went to Bonneville High School. He also played at Jackson State for 2 years and then went on to go to Langston and then star for 2 years at Langston, graduated from there, and now he's the head coach, and he's had an unbelievable season on that. Back to offense, on the offensive side, I think the offensive line did a pretty good job against Louisiana Tech. Wide receivers, Catalan is doing good. Also, Mackey's doing good. But it's the tight end position, Henry, that Coach Odom relies on, and that tight end position this year really almost non-existent right now.
You know, in the past, we've always depended on those tight ends, and, you know, as you just said, we can't seem to find the right combination right now. But, you know, you look deeper into that offense. For so many years, we've had great quarterbacks to start the year. Right now, we're trying to find the right one. Looks as if Lampley is in front of the other two at this point. We'll just have to wait and see.
Defensively is when you get to the defensive front. Coach Odom's told me this week, you got to put more pressure on the quarterback. I don't care what level of play you're on. We'll talk to Eric Randall coming up in a moment. When you're a quarterback and you've got time to pick the defensive backs apart, you're going to be able to do that, and that means you have time to do that. That means the defensive front and the linebackers are not doing their job. And, Henry, we need a push from that defensive line as well as we hear old Gerald Kimball saying more pressure on the quarterback. We got to get also play from the linebackers as well.
We certainly do, but I do believe once this game gets underway, the offense can get its rhythm going, the defense can settle into the ball game, they will gel as a team we know Southern is capable of being on any Saturday afternoon and playing for the first time before a home crowd here at Mumford Stadium.
And by the way, hoping for a big crowd here today. Now, the defensive backfield, it's all the old adage that if your defensive backfield is leading in tackles, and they are right now, we've got Montavious Gaines doing a great job, number 5. Also, you've got a guy in number 14, Demario Houston, who, by the way, could be a game-time decision in this game because of the fact they have some nicks and bruises with playing 2 FBS schools. So right now, Houston, Montavious Gaines, Timothy Thompson, the other quarterback, they're playing pretty well right now, Henry.
They are, and if you go back and you look at what Southern has always excelled in, and that's defense. I think Coach Odoms has actually gotten his hands back into that defensive coaching as a head coach and as a defensive coach, because we did see some ways last week against the team over in Texas, Louisiana Tech, where the defense was really beginning to gel and come together.
All right, we are inside the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza, and this is going to be dominated by all of the great sports in baseball, basketball, with Ben Jobe, the legendary Ben Jobe at basketball, but it's also going to be dominated by A.W. Mumford, of course, the field named after him and the field house, but also Coach Pete Richardson. You and I know Pete Richardson real well. We were always in his office doing radio interviews with him and stuff like that. Absolutely a first-class guy, and that's why the first game of the home season for Southern University from now and forever, known as the Pete Richardson Classic.
Long time due, the recognition for Pete Richardson. He deserves it, Chris, and his record is so great here at the university. I remember when we first went to our first bowl game under Coach Richardson, the late Clayton Lewis and the late J.C. Polich, we were all sitting together in a hotel room in Atlanta, and J.C. looked around in the room and he said, "Henry, we've made it."
And he would know because he's been part of several championship teams, whether it's LSU or the St. Louis Cardinals, so absolutely incredible. But what do you think? I know one thing come out of his mouth, individuals, as we all know, he says that a lot. But what do you think he thinks about this honor? You think he's shy from this and say, "Oh, don't do that for me," or do you think he embraces it?
No, he embraces it. He stopped by my restaurant yesterday, and I had lunch with him. And we both know when Coach Richardson left here, when he got fired, he was bitter. Took him a while to come around, but now he embraces the university. I see him around town maybe once or twice a week, proudly wearing his blue and gold shirts, and always talks about Southern. And he keeps up with what's going on here. You wouldn't think so, but he keeps up with all the players, all the coaches, everything that's going on here at Southern University, which speaks well of Pete Richardson. I remember when he first got here to get this job, he was not the choice of the athletic director. At that time, it was Marino Chasm. Chasm had recommended Archie Cooley, coach at that time at Mississippi Valley. Our president at the time was Dolores Spikes. She stepped in and said, I'm not going for that. I want Pete Richardson. Everybody turned around and looked in the room. Pete Richardson, who is that? They found out in the next 10 or 15 years who Pete Richardson was, and it was a great selection, by the way.
No doubt about that. Coach Pete Richardson himself would be saying, hey, don't look past these Langston Lions too much because of the fact this team won 63-56 last week. So a lot of offense. In fact, Whitfield, their running back, had 5 touchdowns in the ball game, running the ball. 5 touchdowns, pretty impressive. So he's not something to look. They're not something to look past. The Langston Lions now defensively, obviously they struggled giving up 56 points in that ball game. So that was their first game of the year, and they're coming in to A.W. Mumford Stadium with a coach who knows. He played at Jackson State. He went to Bayou Classic as a kid back in the day when he grew up in New Orleans. So he knows exactly what Southern's all about, and he would like nothing more to come here and end this 9-game winning streak here at A.W. Mumford Stadium and beat the Jaguars he knows very much.
You know, there's a lot of Langston personality coming here tonight, Chris.
Yes.
The president at Langston University, a former SGA president here at Southern, Kent Smith Jr., he'll be in the house. I was told yesterday they've got 15 buses coming from Texas for this ball game, and also 3 from the state of Illinois, Chicago area. They've got a lot of Langston graduates up there. So this game has drawn a lot of interest.
Now, we could have an advantage. Where did they stay last night? New Orleans. We could have an advantage with that. When we come back, we're going to talk to Athletic Director Roman Banks about how the new stadium is looking. This stadium is looking absolutely gorgeous. Some shiny new things. We'll tell you all about that coming up right here as we continue with the Southern University Game Day Experience presented by our friends at ExxonMobil right here on Pelican Sports TV.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right? You ever come to Louisiana?
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
Dallas, get ready to turn it all the way up for the 2018 State Fair Football Showdown. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium. Get ready for the Battle of the Caps. It's the Tigers of Texas Southern University, straight out of H-Town, versus those Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. Brought to you by Lone Star Sports. Two big cats from the swag. It's colossal. Come witness Southern's high-scoring offense against Texas Southern's shutdown defense. In the end, only one cat will remain standing. This is huge. It's a game you've been waiting for. Turn it up. And did we mention the bands? Get ready for the high-stepping bands you want to hear. Featuring TSU's Ocean of Soul, moving in motion against Southern's Human Jukebox. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas. It's Texas Southern's Tigers of H-Town. Turn it up. This is the Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. For more information, visit our website, www.statefairshowdown.com.
Grand Cherokees, we'd rather sell them than move them.
It's Salisbury's Move and Selling Jeep Adventure Days.
Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, $27,990.
With Power Group backup camera, keyless entry, and Uconnect.
Get them now at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram in Baton Rouge.
CareSouth offers a wide range of comprehensive medical, behavioral health, and dental services. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, we want to thank the parish of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, and Iberville for allowing us to serve you. Come out to any of our locations where family is serving families.
Welcome back, everybody. Here at Southern University Game Day Experience presented by ExxonMobil right here on Pelican Sports TV. We are right inside live of the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza and, of course, right in front of A.W. Mumford Stadium. I got the man right here, Athletic Director Roman Banks. And, again, I didn't call you Coach that time. We all know him as Coach, and he's done a great job. And, first of all, Coach, congratulations. Look at all of this. The Tony Clayton Championship Plaza, the turf inside. You have done a great job of doing some things at Southern University, including in the A.W. Mumford Stadium and a couple of uplifts right there.
Yeah, no question about it. And we strong together. That's my motto when I speak with everyone. And obviously this facility that we're in right now, Attorney Clayton and his family stepped up to the plate. You know, we've been talking about people giving gifts to the athletic department and investing into our student athletes. In return is that this gives us a chance to create revenue. It's a beautiful place that he put the money up for, but also as you buy the pavers and bricks, that money goes to the student athletes for the academic center, the new academic center.
Wow.
and obviously to scholarships. So we are very grateful to Attorney Clayton, and we are grateful to all our supporters. You know, we have a lot of corporate sponsors that's stepping up to the plate, and obviously at this stage in the game, athletics is a whole nother beast now.
Right.
And so revenue is important, and outside revenue is important.
And obviously this beautiful facility right here, where the field house, the practice field is protected by gates and all that, and also the nice plants you've got right there as well.
Yeah, you know, Jaguar Park.
Right.
And, you know, the practice field and the soccer field and the track also. And that venture was, once again, partnered up with the foundation. The foundation stepped up to the plate and financed that for us, and it meets the need of all our student athletes. So, you know, we still have some other facility renovations that we must do, I say, to stay in this game of Division I sports. But obviously the turf, and we're renovating now the home side of the stadium. And I think when everybody walk in there, they're going to be looking around like, wow, you know, because there's so much space now on that side, and it creates such a different atmosphere than we had it before.
And also, too, I can tell you, press box. We've gone to a lot of press boxes all around the nation, and I got to say, that's one of the nicest press boxes we have here at Southern University over some big schools.
Oh, no question about it. And, you know, I have always said that I think, you know, you can't compare to the LSU and the SEC type programs, but at all level, I always say that I think Southern is one of the best, and I talk about that from our fan standpoint to our facilities. And you know, in my leadership, it's up to me to make sure that we stay in the top of that game. And when I say in the top of that game, I mean the best for our student athletes, the best for our fans, and you know as well as I know that these facilities have a huge part of recruiting.
No question about that. You got to keep up with the Joneses, no doubt about that. Well, you brought a championship coach back. And every year now, from now and forever, the first home game is going to be called the Pete Richardson Classic. What was the idea of bringing that? Because you've always done that. Even when you were a basketball coach, you brought Avery Johnson back, named the floor after him in the F.G. Clark Activity Center. What made you decide that we need to make this a Pete Richardson Classic?
Well, first of all, you know, I think that you need to understand your history. And I do not know if our younger student athletes, I think that our coaches start to understand it because we talk about in our coaches meeting the legends that we have here at Southern University. And we all know that Pete Richardson is a national figure. And so with that being said, it's only right for him to take his rightful place. He's our winningest coach in football history. And so not just because I know him personally and what he done for me when I was a young basketball assistant, and what he's done for all of us as it relates to mentorship, and that he's a good man, and it's just time that we brought him back. And I think that our fans spoke to that as well. You know, I polled a lot of people and say, hey, what we should do in coming years, and everybody's always saying, what about Coach Rich? Yeah. What about Coach Rich? And so that means a lot for me personally, but I think it means a lot to our fans to bring him back. But more importantly, you know, last night at the Extravaganza, you know, I don't know if he ever had a chance, I say, go out in style. And so this is last night starting at the Extravaganza where we honored him and on the field today. I think we're doing it right, sending him out in style.
He didn't get up and sing, did he?
No, he did.
Dance?
He almost did a two-step, though. He and his beautiful wife was there having a good time.
Awesome deal.
He brought his right-hand man, Bumpy, back with him as well.
Yeah? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Bumpy's back in town. Look out. He'll be having sideline restrictions big time for all of us. All right, now also, too, with that, the players that coming back, including a guy we're going to have, Eric Randall, here in just a moment, former quarterback under Pete Richardson, they're going to be in the Jaguar Den. That's a VIP experience that they're going to be right there on the field.
Yeah, so that's another thing that we're bringing, and that's the field experience, the end zone experience called Jaguar Den. And so special events, you know, fans and people, fraternities, Greeks, just you and your family. If you want to come experience the game from the field level, you had an opportunity of buying a ticket to the Jaguar Den, and that's the on-the-field experience. And so that's something that we're rolling out. You know, we're going to kick off our first block party today. And our block party will feature Lil Nate, sponsored by our Ag Center, Dr. Fields. And so that block party is for everybody that's tailgating to come out and have a good time, a lot of live music, a lot of dancing. And so we'll have one of the Zydeco best starting us off this season, and we got a lot of treats coming up for homecoming.
Look at that. In fact, that's 2 weeks from now, so that's going to be unbelievable. And we're very honored that you can join us here on Pelican Sports TV because you're in every magazine, City Social, 225 magazine. This guy's everywhere. Pick it up on newsstands today, and you'll see and read about Southern University, the success he has brought here to this campus. When we come back, we're going to be talking to one of the greatest quarterbacks in Southern University history. He played under Coach Pete Richardson, and we will talk about a legend. That's when we come back for the Southern Game Day Experience presented by ExxonMobil right here at the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza, Southern University, right in front of A.W. Mumford Stadium on Pelican Sports TV.
Go Jags.
Welcome to the multiplier games. Multiply your winnings. 5 times. 10 times. 20 times. 50 times. Win up to $200,000. Louisiana Lottery. Multiply your play.
What's the most important aspect of event hosting? Location. This is something that Bell knew from day one. That's why we're located in downtown Baton Rouge, across from the convention center, close to LSU, and right by the river. So with a friendly staff, award-winning cuisine, and a massive conference center of 10 rooms and 24,000 square feet capable of fitting more than 2,000 guests, what we offer is just as important as where we are.
Family road trips just got a whole lot easier. The 2018 Nissan Rogue. Now with Nissan Intelligent Mobility, featuring technologies like available ProPilot Assist, which helps keep an eye on the road ahead and helps you stay centered while you're turning this lane into memory lane. Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
Legendary Import Group. Exceptional service and a rare collection. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. We are legendary.
I am legendary.
I'm Team Legendary.
I am legendary.
I am legendary.
Now that's legendary. Stop by Legendary Import Group today, where our team is honored to serve you. We are legendary.
Legendary Import Group, the only place for legendary care.
Preparing a meal. It's a lot like preparing for a game. It involves hard work, the right plan, and attention to detail. Great food, that's our passion. A taste of Louisiana, handcrafted from scratch. Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Home, away, any game day. At Walk-Ons, we'll help you do game day right.
The smart Baton Rouge business traveler travels out of Baton Rouge. Why? It's about not having to wake up hours earlier, fight traffic, and stand in long lines. It's also about BTR being closer, more convenient, with non-stops and short hops to anywhere your business takes you. Smart. So for your business, if it's about being one step ahead and not dead on your feet, then it's about time you flew BTR. Baton Rouge Metro Airport. It's about time.
All right, welcome back, everybody, right here to Championship Plaza, the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza, as the Southern Game Day Experience continues right here, presented by our friends at ExxonMobil. Coach Pete Richardson being honored today. The very first home game of the 2018 season and now beyond will be known as the Coach Pete Richardson Classic. Coach Pete Richardson had 135 wins, 61 losses. That's 69% of his overall wins. In the SWAC, he is 101-33, 75% of his games that he won. He brought 4 national championships here to the Bluffs and 5 SWAC titles. That guy definitely deserves to be honored, like this guy right here, celebrating here. Former quarterback of Southern University under Coach Pete Richardson, the one and only, we call him Star.
Oh, God.
Eric Randall.
Thank y'all for having me. I want to thank the university for allowing me to be a part of this today, Chris, and I thank you guys for having me on the show.
All right, funniest story we can get from Coach Pete first. Let's go with it.
There's so many. I tell you, Pete Richardson was a really hilarious guy. He had a dry sense of humor, and I think the funniest thing was when he told Sean Wallace he couldn't go out there and play in his black socks. And at the kickoff, Sean was out there in his black socks, and he fumbled the ball. I said, Coach, I thought you said that Sean couldn't play tonight. He said, he just got a turnover. He's okay.
How was he? We saw him in press conferences and what have you. How was he in the locker room before a game? Was he that guy, that fiery guy that had to get the team fired up?
No, Coach Richardson was he was really a guy that really didn't say a whole lot when he spoke. Everyone listened, kind of like E.F. Hutton. But he spoke with a business-like approach. Here's what we need to do. Here's where we need to go. Here's the walkthrough time. Here's this time. Everything was A to B to C to D, and guys came to respect that because we knew when we were going to start. We knew when we were going to get out of there. But game field adjustments and so forth and film study, that's what we grew at right there as a team under Coach Richardson.
And most successful coaches do that because that's obviously what Coach Nick Saban does, and the most successful coaches. You being a player, you being a coach, what has he meant to you, and what has he meant to HBCU football?
Well, I'll tell you what, first and foremost, what he meant to HBC football, I think he changed the landscape of football. A lot of guys were transferring back in from those big colleges. You think about Hammond that played here. He came from Florida State. You think about some of the receivers that we've had that transferred from LSU and different schools. Coach Richardson was really on the cutting edge at that time, and I think that he had a product there and a thought process along with his coaching staff. A lot of those guys have gone on. They're still coordinators or they've become head football coaches. So he's meant a lot. I think a lot of guys have either went on into the high school ranks, coached guys and sent them back to HBCUs as well as the Division I schools, as you know, the big Division I schools. So I think he changed everything. When you look at the standpoint, it was okay to come back to a HBCU, receive your scholarship, and get your degree and play good football.
That's exactly right. Now, Coach Eric Randall is the coach of the Baker Buffaloes.
Yeah.
What has he taught you as a head coach now? And you've been very successful, Scotlandville and what have you, Southern Lab. What has he taught you from being a head coach? What have you brought that experience on now to being a high school football coach?
Well, the 3 things that he gave us was academics. We met every day at this every Monday in the nursing school building. He talked about academics. He talked about all the fine things that needed to be. Where's your schedule? Study hall. Then he talked about the physicality standpoint. We had Coach Long here as a weight strength coach for a little while there. Then we had Zeus. He came in and took over the program and did a fine job. And then the last thing was the spirituality. I believe that right there was something that he tore down a lot of walls. A lot of guys were coming from different areas throughout the state of Louisiana and the South. It tore down a lot of walls. You know, the guys, it was okay to hug, to love that guy next to you. And that was that bond that we didn't know at the time. And after you look at it and say, why were we so successful? And a lot of guys still talk about that today. Those 3 facets, the academic side, the spiritual side, as well as the physicality side in that weight room and doing their workouts.
In the championship games, was it business as usual,
Yes.
or did he change anything?
Well, he was a player's coach. I read the article, and Lindsey Scott nailed something that he said he was a player's coach. You know, if he knew that you studied the film and you can make decisions out on the field. And I remember a lot of times, you know, guys like Sean Waters and Kenya Rounds and some more guys, John Jenkins up front, they would say, hey, coach, we need to block it this way. And I've heard him tell coaches, hold up. They out there playing. We need to listen to these guys. So those things, he taught us that we were all a team to work hard and work through, and we stayed on a consistent schedule. So guys couldn't get off beat.
Former NFL player. I mean, this guy played in the National Football League, Coach Pete Richardson, and still has it. We were playing at Jackson State. I was the sideline reporter. Eric was our sideline reporter for years, but before that, I was a sideline reporter, and we were at Jackson State game, War Memorial Stadium over in Jackson, Mississippi, And at the end of the game, there was a call where it was very questionable, where the referees let the time expire. Coach Pete ran from opposite end of the field, and I was in better shape at that time trying to keep up with him, and he was always 5 steps ahead of me. Right. That guy still is in good shape. It looks like he could still play now.
Yeah, he probably can. He probably could get out there and participate still. I'm sure Coach Richardson still moves around. He was always moving around. He was always working out. He was always jogging and doing something with his staff. So, he was a really great guy. He was a guy of a few words, but those words meant a lot. He treated us like men. He was our father to most of us guys, and control the things you can control. I'm just trying to get some of those things he used to tell us. Control the things you can control. We can't control those fish. We can't control those things. Let's take care of the things that we can control, and I think that alone speaks volumes in everyday life. I can't control. I'm not the boss, so I can't control those things. I can only control the area in which I'm in, and that's the thing that I like most about Coach Richardson.
One of the things he did not like was playing FBS schools, and we've been playing those now. Coach Odoms has played 10 FBS schools since he's been head coach here. Coach Pete played Tulane Green Wave, and he also played against ULL. But I tell you, boy, when you get an opportunity to play those FBS schools, money comes into the program, no question about that. But Coach wanted to always win.
Right.
That's why he was dominant in the SWAC. He always wanted to win those games, and that was big time.
Well, that sends out a message to those that are thinking about attending Southern University compared to other schools. So you're still competing with those guys. So I understand the concept with that, but I do understand the new concept as well, because you have to play those money games to fund your program.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to one of our important sponsors right here that make this show possible, ExxonMobil. We'll do that when we come back. We're at the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza right outside A.W. Mumford Stadium on the beautiful campus of Southern University. Southern University Game Day experience continues right here on Pelican Sports TV.
South Louisiana is a melting pot of culture. IceX offers customers an affordable array of goods and services as diverse as the people we serve. We are your premier digital print solution, handling projects big and small, vinyl graphics, outdoor signage, even embroidery. We offer a wide variety of clean, reliable rentals as well. Cooling fans, KW generators, light plants, commercial grade catering equipment, and so much more. Give us a call at 233-7313. IceX, so much more than just ice.
At Roadrunner Towing, we love our God, our children, our nation, and yes, our sports. So let's play ball. Score big when you need a tow, either in East Baton Rouge or West Baton Rouge. Because at Roadrunner Towing, we don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes.
We'd rather sell them than move them.
It's Salisbury's Move and Sale and Jeep Adventure Days.
All new 19 Jeep Cherokee Latitudes and $19,990 after finance rebate.
15 at this price.
Get them now at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram in Baton Rouge.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Southern University Tony Clayton Championship Plaza right here as the Southern University Game Day experience continues right here from A.W. Mumford Stadium right here in the front. And one of the guys, big supporter of Southern University, ExxonMobil, David Dortez. How you doing, my man?
Good morning, Chris.
Good to have you on the program.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for sponsoring this. Why would ExxonMobil get involved and sponsor for Southern University?
Well, a few things, Chris. Again, thanks for having me here on the show. We were approached, Coach Banks, our athletic director, and Denise Rankins in marketing came by, and we talked about an opportunity for ExxonMobil to showcase what we do here in Baton Rouge. We've been a long-time supporter of Southern University. I'm a Southern University graduate. We have a number of graduates from Southern University working for ExxonMobil right now. And we've always wanted to do something special for the university. And this was a great opportunity to do that. So we've been here as a company since 1906. So we've always had an opportunity to partner with Southern University. We continue to do that, and we want to continue to do that in the future.
That's pretty impressive. Now, what do we see future-wise with sponsorship from ExxonMobil?
Well, a couple of things. We're sponsoring this show, so the Game Day Experience.
We thank you for that.
This is a great opportunity for us. We will be here for every home game this year. We will continue to provide opportunities. In particular, on November 10th, we're sponsoring ExxonMobil Day. So we want to make sure all of our employees, supporters, alumni of the university that support ExxonMobil as well, come out, join us. We'll be right here in the corporate square and participate in tailgating and having a lot of fun. That also happens to be High School Day, which is a great opportunity for us to share with high school students who are going to be visiting the campus that day about Southern University, the tremendous education they can get here, and we want to also be a partner to help them recruit students to come to Southern University as well.
There's a lot of businesses, and I hate to say this, but there's some businesses that don't get involved in the community. Why is it important for ExxonMobil to get involved in the community?
Well, good question, Chris. We have always said, because we live and operate right here in the North Baton Rouge community, we've got two big facilities 3 miles north of here. We've got a major refinery and chemical plant complex just 3 miles south of here. We're in the community, and so we have to partner with the community to be successful as a corporation, but also to let the community know how important it is for us to be here as a business partner.
And I think, if I can remember right, I was working at Dow Chemical, but if they told me that that's the third largest plant in the world.
Yeah.
And even now, they've just announced expansion.
Yes.
So that's pretty big. So definitely, you are definitely sowing your roots right here in Baton Rouge, your company.
Absolutely. Again, we've been here for a long time. I think I said 1906 earlier, 1909. But we want to continue to be here in Baton Rouge. We've been very successful with our organization. As you mentioned, one of the largest refineries and chemical complexes in the world right here in Baton Rouge. We want to continue to attract investment to Baton Rouge. Our corporation wants to do that, and so we partner a lot with the community to allow us to be able to do that. We partner a lot with the state of Louisiana, of course, the state government right here in Baton Rouge, to make sure that we're able to be a successful business in the Baton Rouge community, and we've got to partner with the community to be successful.
And you got some wide shoulders, so what about maybe playing linebacker today? What do you think?
I'd love to give it a try, but I think my day has passed.
This is, have you been a Southern fan for a long time, a graduate too, you know, this is what we're playing for today, the Coach Pete Richardson Classic. We've got these beautiful shirts that you can get today here at the stadium. So if you're coming to the stadium today, you can get these beautiful shirts. They're on sale, and it's absolutely awesome. The back, hashtag Protect the Bluff, and that's what they've been doing. 9 straight games they have won here at Southern University. So with that, it's going to be a lot of fun to see that. All right, we're going to ask you, we're going to put you on the first spot.
Uh-oh.
What is the score today? Who wins the game? What's the score?
All right. Of course, I got Southern, 35-12.
35-12.
That's it.
All right, I like that. I like
ball
that.
game.
David, thank
Jags
you, man.
on top. Chris, thank you very much.
We're going to be right here, of course, at A.W. Mumford Stadium today. If you were determining, you know, what we do today? What am I going to do? We're going to, do this or do that. Why don't you come to the stadium today? The Human Jukebox will be here, the best band in the whole world. They're going to be, of course, performing like they always do. The Dancing Dolls will be there, of course, introducing them and bringing them onto the field and what have you. We're going to have Coach Pete Richardson here. We're going to honor Coach Pete and all he's done for Southern University, and not just that, for college football. I'll never forget, we were in Indianapolis, and there was an article in the Indianapolis newspaper the very next day after we played in the RCA Dome back then that showed had an article about Pete Richardson and what he meant to college football. That's what he meant, and that was nationwide. So it's unbelievable the way that people, think about this man who was at Southern University and was the second winningest coach of all time at Southern University. And we are so happy that not only that he is coming back here today and we're going to honor him, but we're very happy that you, David, ExxonMobil can support a show like this and not just say, oh, that's nice and what have you. We're going to support Southern University, and it's great because not only supporting Southern University, but a former alum. That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. Jags all the way. And it is an honor to be here today to recognize Coach Richardson as well. He's done tremendous things, as you know, on the Bluff and as you've mentioned, and we're excited to be here today to showcase not only our corporation, but to be here for such a special day at Coach Richardson.
So 35-12, huh?
Yes, sir.
So if it's right, I will give you a free tank of gas from Exxon. How about that?
Oh, that works for me.
All right, folks. Several players today in the 22nd meeting of Southern and Langston battling it out today. Southern leads the series 11-9-1. Langston was a former SWAC member in 1957. And that final score, Southern University won that year 40-20, so it's the first time they played since then. Now, some players may not get to play today. There's some players like DeMario Houston. It's basically sitting out and don't know. He's got some soft tissue issue, which means sprained ankles or maybe a tweak in the hamstring or what have you that some of the players have. They've been banged up and beat up. They're playing at NAIA school today in Langston, but the big thing is that next week, this is the dress rehearsal right here for the SWAC. Next week, they play at Alabama A&M. Well, the Gulf Coast Classic over in Mobile, Alabama. We're going to be playing in that game. That starts the SWAC season, and that's when the real season begins. So for Southern today, they want to get their timing down. Their defense wants to be able to play. They got to be able to get going on defense. They can't just rely on their defensive backfields to be able to come in here and be able to lead the team in tackles. You never want that. I don't care what level of college, what football you play. Pee-wee football, high school football, college football, you don't want your DBs to be the leading tacklers on the football team, and that's what Coach Trey Oliver and the defense is going to try to fix today when they play against Langston. Again, high-powered offense. I mean, this team scored 63 points last week in their win in their first game of the year, and this coach, Morgan, he's very good. He's not lost 10 games here yet. So that's been absolutely unbelievable the way he could come in and bring here. And now look, they're coming in here. And like I said, we're hoping a hangover in New Orleans. That's where they stayed last night. That's his hometown. He went to Bonneville High School, and that's where they stayed last night. And he's hoping they got a little hangover coming into A.W. Mumford Stadium because, look, he played at Jackson State. He knows what SWAC football is all about. And then he went on to Langston, graduate, and become a graduate assistant coach. Then out now to a head coach. So, and he's got some players from the Louisiana area that you'll be able to see today in this stadium. 4 total players from the state of Louisiana. And even as we mentioned, the athletic director is from a graduate of Southern University. So that's going to be great there, and we'll be able to see that, what they can do in today's ball game. Again, got to have consistency on both offense, consistency on defense, because next week we'll have to carry it over against that Alabama A&M Bulldog team. And then we get into homecoming. And how crazy is this? We're going to need you next week, David.
We'll be here.
We're going to need you cheerleading big time because the next time we play at A.W. Mumford Stadium, which will be in 2 weeks, is against Alcorn State. And how fitting was that? The last time Southern lost in this stadium, October 31st, 2015, was against the Braves of Alcorn State.
Yep.
48-6.
Yep.
We don't want that again. We want to be able to win that ball game next week. We need all the support you can get. So again today, if you're sitting at home, you hadn't bought your ticket yet, it's so easy to come and purchase your ticket here at A.W. Mumford Stadium. Come on out to the game. Grab yourself a nice soft dog. There's great concessions here. We're going to have such a fun time honoring Pete Richardson and, of course, the halftime performance of the greatest band of the world, the Human Jukebox. When we come back right here on Pelican Sports TV, we're going to talk more about Southern, and we've got another celebrity guest picker. We'll see what she says and talk a little volleyball coming up with the head coach of Southern University right here, as well as talk to you more about this game as we get ready for game time as the Southern Game Day experience right here from the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza. You're a champion, man.
It's beautiful.
Isn't
it's
it nice?
Beautiful. Love it.
Right in front of A.W. Mumford Stadium. And, of course, the Southern Game Day experience is presented by our friends at ExxonMobil. Thank you, Dave.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Chris.
We'll be back in just a moment right here at Pelican Sports TV.
Dallas, get ready to turn it all the way up for the 2018 State Fair Football Showdown. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium. Get ready for the Battle of the Caps. It's the Tigers of Texas Southern University, straight out of H-Town, versus those Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. Brought to you by Lone Star Sports. Two big cats from the swag. It's colossal. Come witness Southern's high-scoring offense against Texas Southern's shutdown defense. In the end, only one cat will remain standing. This is huge. It's a game you've been waiting for. Turn it up. And did we mention the bands? Get ready for the high-stepping bands you want to hear. Featuring TSU's Ocean of Soul, moving in motion against Southern's Human Jukebox. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas. It's Texas Southern's Tigers of H-Town. Turn it up. This is the Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. For more information, visit our website, www.statefairshowdown.com.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right?
You ever come to Louisiana?
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fruget. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fruget today.
Legendary Import Group, distinguished service and detailed attention. You'll discover the only distinctive auto for the legend in you. Stop by 10660 Coursey Boulevard or phone 225-960-1191.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Bluffs, A.W. Mumford Stadium, right here on the front, right inside of the Tony Clayton Championship Plaza. Welcome back to Southern Game Day Experience right here, presented by our friends at ExxonMobil. We got Vanessa Jacobs right here, head coach of volleyball. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you, Chris?
Now, you got a gorgeous smile. Now, let's look at the camera and give us a game. Do you have a game day face? I mean, do you smile all the time?
I don't smile, not during the games, no.
So
it's
you're
intense.
Business and what have you.
For sure.
Now, you're hosting a big volleyball, SWAC volleyball challenge coming up. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's the roundup where all 10 teams come together and we play a 3-day format where all of the games count. All of the West plays against the East. And we'll be in 2 separate locations. One at Seymour Gym, and the other will be in the back at the rec.
So how does your team fare this year, do you believe, going into SWAC play coming up soon?
You know, we had some struggles, and we are working out the kinks at this point. And we have a contest this week, actually, against Southeastern. We play them at Seymour at 6 o'clock. And we've had a few really good practices. We've kind of talked about what our roles are on the team and just the effort and the energy that we need in order to push us through. Because we'll do really well, and then we just tank. So we just have to be consistent at everything.
So when we're talking about spiking the ball, do you do this, fist it like that, or like the palm?
Oh, it's definitely an open hand.
It's open hand like this,
open
or
hand,
open like this? Like this, because because for me, if I do this, my ball tends to go anywhere.
There's no control that way.
That's right. So this is the way you properly spike.
That's correct.
Do you notice that some people may do this with a closed fist like this, or no?
Not at this level.
Not at this level.
No.
Now, as far as the length of players, how tall do you like to go? What is the shortest you can actually have on here?
We all have our different roles, but if we're talking about someone who attacks the ball, you want them to have some good height, and you can't teach height. So. We'd love to have kids in 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5",
right.
And we've had that in the past. And right now, I think our tallest attacker is about 5'11", but they can jump. So they can jump with those 6'5" kids and still block them because they touch over 10 feet, 10'2", 10'3".
Wow. Now, what's the area that you look at that's the hottest for for volleyball for getting players at?
Well, we
recruiting-wise?
really want to have some kids from Louisiana. So I do a lot of recruiting in Louisiana, and the kids that we think that can help us, they are looking to go out of state. So from there, we look everywhere. We go to New Mexico, we look in Arizona. We have a lot of kids from the Texas area, Houston, Dallas, Beaumont areas. So it just really all depends. I go to a lot of club tournaments, and we're just looking for talent, kids who want to play and who are also good students as well.
All right, we're going to have you put your football helmet on or your football hat on. We're going to have you predict the score here in just a moment as Southern takes on Langston today. Langston from Oklahoma comes in averaging 63 points a ball game in this game. Southern averages 24. They've, of course, they've averaged 12 points per ball game, so they bring in 24 points total this year. Third down conversion is going to have to be big today for Southern, both offense and defense. They're going to have to be able to convert on third down conversions. Last week, 50%, which is good against Louisiana Tech. They're going to have to do that again against Langston today. Also, third down on defense. They got to be able to get off the football field. Their defense cannot continue to go on and on and on. So defensively, they're going to have to do well in third down conversions as well. And also sacks, quarterback-wise. He's got to be able to stay on his feet and got to have time to throw the football for us. John Lampley, he's got to be able to do that today, and if not, he can run with no problem and go out from there. But as far as for Southern University, they got to get more pressure on the quarterback. If they can do that today and not make sure to where that quarterback is just standing there, then we can have success. If they put pressure on him at whatever level you are, you put pressure on the quarterback, you get an opportunity to win that football game. So, Coach Vanessa.
Yes.
Who wins the game? What's the final score? Dave said 35-12 final score.
Okay. Vanessa says final score 42-7. Southern University.
42-7. So you're saying defensively they'll be there today?
Absolutely.
Linebackers and the defensive line will make it through?
Absolutely. They've been waiting to play in front of their home crowd.
All right. So, hey, you can see beautiful weather out here today. We invite you to come on out to A.W. Mumford Stadium and enjoy the football game today. Getting a little sweat, but wait, it's game day, baby. You can do a little perspiration right here and get ready for the game as we get ready for Southern University and Langston. Now, in 2 weeks, we're going to be right here again from Tony Clayton Championship Plaza as we get ready for homecoming. We're going to have all kinds of stuff for you for homecoming. It's going to be absolutely incredible as we welcome Alcorn State game in here. We'll do that right here. So for all of the guests that's been on today, I thank you so much for ExxonMobil for presenting it. Thank you so much for helping us out and presenting this show. We appreciate it very much. Go Jags in today's game, Southern against Langston, 6 p.m. kickoff time right here, live from A.W. Mumford Stadium. I'm Chris Powers. We hope you enjoyed this segment of college football game day here from Southern Experience right here on the Mighty Bluffs, a 9-game winning streak inside this building on the line. So we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great game day. Go Jags. Come on see the Human Jukebox today. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't imagine a day without music. You go downtown, you can find some music. You come uptown, you can find some music. Monday night, they got music. Every night of the week, there's music somewhere. Baton Rouge is a place where it's easy to make friends, it's easy to hear some music, and it's easy to come back. We got the music, we got the food, and we got good people. So with that combination, you can't lose, right?
Yeah, I come to Louisiana.
It's game day. A day that should be spent in the living room, not the kitchen. So next game, you just worry about the score, because we've got the food covered. With hand-battered, cooked-to-order, always fresh, never, ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, official chicken of Southern University. One love.
We're a nation of hardworking Americans, and businesses will always be the lifeline of this great country. As a business owner, you understand the importance of your reputation. In times of uncertainty, you need a real lawyer who's serious about protecting you and your business. You need a problem solver. You need the law firm of Clayton and Fouger. Tony Clayton is a proven trial lawyer. He'll defend you and your business to the fullest extent of the law. Protect your investment and call the law firm of Clayton and Fouger today.
Dallas, get ready to turn it all the way up for the 2018 State Fair Football Showdown. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium. Get ready for the Battle of the Cats. It's the Tigers of Texas Southern University, straight out of H-Town, versus those Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. Brought to you by Lone Star Sports. Two big cats from the swang. It's colossal. Come witness Southern's high-scoring offense against Texas Southern's shutdown defense. In the end, only one cat will remain standing. This is huge. It's a game you've been waiting for. Turn it up. And did we mention the bands? Get ready for the high-stepping bands you want to hear. Featuring TSU's Ocean of Soul, moving in motion against Southern's Human Jukebox. Saturday, October 20th, Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas. It's Texas Southern's Tigers of H-Town. Turn it up. This is the Jaguars of Southern University, Baton Rouge. For more information, visit our website, www.statefairshowdown.com.
Grand Cherokees, we'd rather sell them than move them.
It's Salisbury's Move and Sale and Jeep Adventure Days.
Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, $27,990.
With Power Group backup camera, keyless entry, and Uconnect.
Get them now at Salisbury's Chrysler,
Dodge,
Jeep,
and Ram in Baton Rouge.
Care South offers a wide range of comprehensive medical, behavioral health, and dental services. On behalf of the staff and board of directors, we want to thank the parish of Ascension, East Baton Rouge, and Iberville for allowing us to serve you. Come out to any of our locations where family is serving families.
The Jaguars are united on the bluffs of the mighty Mississippi to defend their turf. And this fall, they stalk in unison. This fall, they strike with furiosity. This fall, Jaguars proudly.
Touchdown run. It's a lot of effort, a lot of determination.